They're here. Oh, I miss y'all so much. Taking a week off. Ugh, it's not the stuff. But we are back.
Hey, hey,
You, oh, we're back. It's another episode of Section 8 Wrestling Podcast with Kills and Bills. Mm.
what's up, y'all? That's as good as an introduction as we can get it, man. That was
Yeah,
lovely. That was lovely. We are the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast, Kills and Bills, like he said. Hey, and today, tonight, whenever it is you're deciding to join our wonderful little corner of the internet, we're going to do what we always do, and that's give you our weekly WWE wrestling recap. We talk about Monday Night Raw, but first, hug it, chuck it. Woo! I'm going to pass it over to my man, Billiam, and he's going to give us the Friday night SmackDown rundown. Let's go, Billiam.
Hmm. First of all, Chris Jericho debuted the list again tonight. So
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Ricochet is on the list. So
Oh, no, no. Oh, first
Yeah.
off, real quick before we start, I want to give we happen to be recording on the day on today. So I just want to give a shout out to my man Justin Hurd. We call him Justice. It is his birthday. So happy birthday from your friends here at the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. We hope your birthday is it's great.
Taking the Chan Tams.
This is you. All right. Shout
Birthday,
out Matt and you.
birthday party at Chan Tams.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Woo. But tonight we are talking about SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown was in St. Louis, Missouri this week, home
Oh
of none
boy.
other than the number one contender and the man who kicks off the show this evening, Randy Orton.
Oh boy.
He kicks off and hits St. Louis, his hometown, with what do you want to talk about?
He sure does. He sure does.
So he gives this little rant about how great this is, how he's going to walk out of WrestleMania and back into this arena in his hometown with number 15 strapped around his waist. And with that being said, Cody Rhodes walks down with a purpose and they instantly start to throw hands. Cody gets him down in the ring, down in the corner, just pummeling him. And then out of nowhere, I'm glad SmackDown started off this way because I we have to talk about this. Out of nowhere, Pat McAfee comes in the ring dressed in the Randy Orton shirt on and sunglasses and just kicks Cody Rhodes right in the balls.
Yep.
Apparently, 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 Randy Orton was talking to Pat McAfee on the phone
Yeah, the whole time it was Pat McAfee.
the whole time, which
Yeah.
Randy Orton's line of more than one wrestling family doesn't fit unless he was just talking about his own. But why would that be after the phone call? And just this segment, nobody liked this segment.
It
Nobody understood what was happening or why this team was coming to be. A lot of questions, Kills.
a lot of questions. We
A
have
lot of
some
questions with 1 week left before Mania.
yes, we have a lot of speculative answers, and after it's some time since it's happened, so I've had some time to process. And all I can really say is for the little rant that he gave, r- kind of right message, super wrong messenger, and
Hmm.
super bad timing, and really not needed when you can just have Orton and Cody talk to each other.
That's all we needed. Like Punk and Roman Reigns were doing. That's all we needed. Just them talking because the history is there. The
Correct.
story
Right.
itself is there. We don't need Jelly Roll. We don't
Right.
need we
It was a
we
mess.
don't need it. So, but here we are. Pat
Here we are.
McAfee has been inserted into the main picture at WrestleMania.
Player one has entered the game. Yeah.
And apparently he's representing people like you and me, the Attitude Era fans, how they want the old school wrestler, the big guys to be champs again instead of these little guys. It's like
People don't want 155-pound guys wrestling 45-minute Iron Man matches to where what?
right.
Like,
Which he was like, we want those guys to wake up and go, what? What? which
Yeah.
actually sounded like Stone Cold. I was like, oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
good
that was
impression.
actually a pretty good. I also agreed that did make me laugh. That was really,
So then they leave, they get in a truck. Pat
yep.
McAfee drives away, and they're like, "Could bring him back a new era," or like he's gonna save it. So it's like that's
And
Jericho's thing, but
everybody was real. And again, right, maybe right message, wrong messenger.
mhm,
And then this is how you use Randy Orton in St. Louis before WrestleMania. You basically make it about Pat McAfee.
yeah, all right.
Okay.
And that was it. They leave. We don't see
Okay.
him again. That was it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Anyway, so it brings us to our first match of the night, which is Mommy Rhea Ripley
Ooh.
versus Mi Chin with BFAB.
Ooh.
So as we know, Michin and BFAB have joined forces with Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley's opponent at Mania. I actually am enjoying Michin ever since she has turned heel. You can go back on our past podcast and my just not I did it's not that I didn't like Michin. I just
Oh,
from what I had heard, she was great, but I
yes.
wasn't seeing it.
The sample size was very small as well.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. So they were giving us Michin, but they weren't giving us Michin. So now that
so
I've seen what she can do, she was great in this match. And she is actually really good at helping others in the ring as well. There's a
yeah,
point where
good match.
Rhea was trying to get her up in the Razor's Edge, and she couldn't quite like there was something going on where she wasn't able to get her up high enough. So they got back closer to the ropes, and Michin actually kicked off of the ropes to be able to put her over and like actually hit the move on her. So she actually kind of helped put herself in the move, which was great. But she had a great flurry of finishes.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a good match.
it
Meechin's
was
good.
a good match.
Yeah.
But in the end, Rhea ends up making her tap, picks up the victory instantly, gets beaten up by Jade and BFAB, which your best friend and mine, Io Sky, go ahead and runs on down to the ring, evens the odds, and there we are. So Rhea stands tall, uh, like with the victory, but we'll see what happens, which takes on Jade Cargill Mania.
Bye.
Next up, we get a little back and forth with Aleister Black and Matt Cardona, which turns out to be a match later on in the night. So that sets that up. Then we get to the MFT, and Solo is worried. He's worried about the lantern because they keep trying to take it, and he's like, one of you guys needs to step up and finally take out Howdy tonight. And Thomas like, I'll do it, but you need to stop worrying about this lantern, and you guys just need to stay here. I'll go take care of Howdy. So, brings us to our next match, which is Uncle Howdy versus Tama Tonga. Uh, Another great match, but again, we've been seeing all of this since October of last year. Just finally finished the storyline, which it actually does kind of have a bit of an ending tonight, or it looks like
Yes.
very much so. Where Tama Tonga actually loses. Uncle Howdy gets the victory because Solo comes out anyway, tries to Tom with the lantern. Tama's like, go away, like I didn't want you out here. Distraction. Sister Abigail's hit. Uncle Howdy wins. Tama Tonga confronts Solo in the ring. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he goes to grab the lantern. And Solo they kind of fight over it, and he says, "Let it go." So Tama takes it, puts it on the apron. Uncle Howdy takes it and he walks away with it. So he's like, "You don't need it." Like he stops Solo.
Yay!
And he's like, "You don't need it. We don't need this. Let's focus on the championships." And there we go. So I hope they will move on and just
We'll
move on.
see. We'll see.
All right. After that, we see Miz and Kit Wilson, who somehow end up getting a tag team championship match tonight with R-Truth and Damian Priest just by walking by. Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So we'll see that later on in the evening. Uh, Next up, Sami Zayn is going to have a bit of a celebration. So he's talking to Nick Aldis. They're like, congratulations. And he's like, oh, you got my thing about the pyro? He's like, absolutely. You got the pyro and everything. Let's just go have your moment. As he's heading into the ring, we hear Trick Williams' music hits. And it goes out to ringside. Trick Williams is coming out with yet another celebrity, Lil Yachty.
Yachty. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So that's great and everything. He comes out to celebrate his first WrestleMania appearance, which is great. So instead of Sammy celebrating, he's new champion. Trick Williams is celebrating. He has a match at Mania. Great.
Yep. In
Yep.
fact, hit Sami Zayn's pyro since this is my show.
Yeah. He's like, I'm taking no lip from no gingerbread man. And then he gets on
I'm
the
like
ropes
ginger tea, ginger beer, ginger
and
bread.
snap. And he
Ginger-
gets on the ropes and he's like, you know what? Give me his pyro. And then they hit his pyro. I laughed out loud. It was
that was
phenomenal.
gold. Yeah, that was great. That was
Obviously, Sami Zayn comes out. He gets upset. He's like, blah, blah, blah. This is my moment, everything, whatever. I don't understand Sami Zayn's thing. I don't get it right now. Nobody else does either because he's
Karrion
getting,
Cross was right.
yep,
When you don't have someone, because it was Karrion Cross and it was Aleister Black. Now no one's kind of in his ear, so it makes it seem kind of left all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm mad because of this and that.
yeah.
Um, yeah, this
It's
would have
just,
been
it's
great.
just, it's a weird way to turn him heel, which is what's happening. But anyway, so Carmelo Hayes has heard enough, and he comes out. He wants his rematch because he's like, you can't take my WrestleMania ticket away from me so close. He's like, it's an open challenge. I beat you. Sorry. So Melo, like give me my rematch. And Trick was like, give the kid a chance. So
Yeah, right.
Sami Zayn's like, fine. You'll have a match tonight. So later on tonight, we'll see Melo and Sami Zayn for the title.
There you go.
Next up, we have the aforementioned match between Matt Cardona and Aleister Black with Zelina Vega. Uh, Cardona's broken arm is a big challenge because week before Randy Orton broke it in a chair.
Yep.
So it's in a somewhat soft cast, which if it was actually broken, he wouldn't be competing, but it was a targets in the match. Um, Aleister focuses on it a lot and just out of nowhere hits a black mass and picks up the victory. So, yeah,
All
there's that
right.
match.
All right.
Next up, this is great. Damian Priest comes up to Truth and asks, why did we give Miz and Kit a title shot? He's like, because they're cursed. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I saw Oscar curse him last week. He's like, what do you mean it was Oscar? He's like, yeah, the girl with the face paint. It was Oscar. Cursed him. And he's like, you mean Danhausen? No, it was Oscar. I saw it. So anyway, he's like, how could we lose? So that's why they had the match.
There you go.
Yep. Next match, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte taking on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria.
Woo!
This is one half of the Fatal Four-Way match for the women's tag titles.
Yep.
That's also featuring champs the Irresistible Forces,
Right.
Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and the Bella Twins, who are not there because they are nursing an ankle injury. Both of them apparently are nursing an ankle.
Both nursing it.
I'm like, sure they are. My wife's like, what? They're not there? I was like, yeah, they're nursing it. That's like they don't have to be there. That's just what it is.
Correct.
So anyway, good match between the four. They're four vets. They have a great match. Lyra puts on. She is the star of this match and just puts on a clinic. Lyra Valkyrie is getting better and better.
She is.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely she is.
Yep. For some reason, again, I think we talked about this before. Everybody has to point at the WrestleMania sign, and at one point, all four women pointed at the WrestleMania sign. We get it. You're going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, we absolutely get it.
So Charlotte signals for double natural selection. They both hit it. Alexa Bliss pins Lyra Valkyria 1, 2, 3. So they have momentum moving up to WrestleMania. But as soon as the bell rings, Lash and Nia come and they attack the other two teams and they stand tall. There we go.
There we go.
If only the Bellas didn't have hurt ankles, they could have helped. Next up, we get in the back and we see Miz and Kit preparing for their match, and Danhausen appears.
Yeah.
With his jar of teeth. He's like, what's this? He's like, obviously it's a jar of teeth. Basically, Miz tells him to go away, and Danhausen's like, no, I'm gonna join you ringside, so then I can curse you again. So I'll just cancel it. They'll just cancel out each other. The curses will cancel out. It'll be fine. So he's like, no, just don't come out there. It'll be fine. Whatever. We don't need you.
Right.
Okay. So, next match is Damian Priest and R-Truth defending their WWE Tag Team Championships against The Miz and Kit Wilson. We'll cut to the end of the match. A lot happens, but the end happens. So Danhausen comes out mid-match.
Favorite moment of the week.
It's so good. It's so pro wrestling. Danhausen comes out mid-match, demands a tag from The Miz in just a third corner. Just goes in a third corner, just demands a tag from The Miz. He's like, "You're not in the match." The ref is like, "You can't do that." So they're arguing, Miz and the ref are arguing. R-Truth sees it, and Danhausen grabs the tag rope. R-Truth makes the tag. Danhausen's in the match. Great. So shenanigans ensue. Miz ends up putting Danhausen in skull crushing finale. Or no, before that, he goes to curse the Miz again to cancel the curse. The Miz just whatever grabs the ref, and the ref gets cursed. Oh no, the ref is cursed.
Right.
So more shenanigans ensue. He grabs Danhausen, skull crushing finale, but before he hits it, the lights go out. Danhausen scurries off. So him and R-Truth are in the ring. They're battling back and forth. Miz hits skull crushing finale on R-Truth. Goes for the pin. Referee goes 1, 2. He can't hit 3. His arm hurts. Oh no, Danhausen cursed his arm. Miz can't believe it. Damian Priest takes advantage. Gets the
So
one,
good.
two, three with the left arm. And still, the tag team champions,
It was
Damian
so.
Priest and R-Truth.
Oh man, that was the highlight of SmackDown for me. It was so funny.
Oh, and then just
Silly wrestling.
instantly, Cody Rhodes slides into the ring. He crossroads Kit Wilson, and he goes on a tirade, which people think is because people hated the first segment. So apparently, but I don't buy that. Anyway, Cody Rhodes comes out, and he goes on this huge tirade. He's like
He
Pat
did.
McAfee coming out with for Randy Orton is like Hall and Nash using the NWO, and the third member is Disco Inferno. I was like, that's good.
What a burn. What a
That's
burn.
good.
And apparently there's some deep kind of back and forth history with them too. I guess it wasn't just a random shot, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then basically after all the yelling and screaming that Cody does, my wife is like, "Does he have the lisp?" I said, "He absolutely has a lisp." But anyway, basically Cody finishes it with it. I hear voices. You don't want to know what they're telling me. Mic drop.
Which I don't think hit as hard as he wanted it to. It's just like, no,
Nope.
this is why we're here. We
Yep.
absolutely want to know, but
Yep.
you have to say that for the next SmackDown. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we get it.
Which brings us, kids, to our main event of the evening.
Let's go, go, David, baby, come on.
It is, and I'm happy to say Carmelo Hayes has made it to a main event. It is the aforementioned, I love that word too, United States Championship match between Sami Zayn and
Sami Zayn.
Carmelo Hayes.
Mellow Hayes. Mellow don't miss. What's
No, funny you say that.
the
So again, Melo's main eventing, and it's fantastic. He deserves it. He's been working his ass off for the last 6 to 8 months, being, or I guess 10 weeks as champion. But even before that, before he was champ, uh, he has been running SmackDown just, and it's been
facts?
great to watch.
Facts.
Yeah. So, mid-match, he does a phenomenal dive where he actually lands on his feet and kind of stumbles a bit, so he hurts his knee. So
Yep.
now in the match, he is correct. Now in the
Injured.
match, he is working with a hurt knee, and
Yes.
just he still shines. So good. Uh,
You ain't
like you
lying.
said earlier, Melo doesn't miss, but at one point he did, and where he lands like real hard on his legs, his knee, and he's like, "Ah, my knee, my knee." So the ref goes to check on Melo, and he pushes Sami Zayn away. He's like, "Let me check on him." So Sami's like, "Fine." So he gives him space, more space, ends up in the other corner. Oh well, Sami Zayn is a different Sami Zayn. A little
Correct.
bit kick, one,
Boom.
2, 3, and still
And
United
still,
States champion and going to WrestleMania,
yeah.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. He
Yep.
found a
So now it is officially Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Trick Williams and Lil Yachty were ringside watching the match, instantly get in the ring, beat up on Sami Zayn. Trick shot. Trick Williams holds up the belts. Credits.
yeah, man. That's SmackDown. What a big SmackDown. People were big, big mad. People were big mad. Speaking of big,
Ooh, tell me it carries a SmackDown or the Monday Night Raw. Tell me, tell me,
speaking
tell
of
me.
big mad, we go to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw takes place from Houston, Texas, the planet Houston.
Hmm.
Um, CM Punk is walking out. Michael Cole says, "Oh, CM Punk's going to come talk to us later," but we see CM Punk heading through Gorilla because CM Punk's going to come and talk to us now. He
Oh, they
walks
did the
in.
same thing with Drew McIntyre a few months ago.
He walks in. He tosses the belt into the ring. He walks in. He grabs his. He grabs the microphone. He grabs his belt and he sits down cross legs. So you know what that means, boys and girls. That means CM Punk's got something to say.
Yep.
So, um, at one point, he's out there talking, he's doing this and that and the third. I'm just going to speed through some of the highlights. At one point, he gets to talking in where he's sitting and standing in front of the WrestleMania sign whilst he's talking. So product placement is great. So first, he's going to talk about Roman Reigns. He goes, "Look, we both have tools, but mine's are sharper, built with years of experience, and yours are just like you. They're fake, they're plastic, this and that." Saying you're a fake of the person. You're a fake person. I'm one of the OGs now. He's now using that kind of old gimmick and trying to rebuttal and just going like, I'm an OG. I'm one of the old heads, kind of putting his status on it. He shoots on Rock. He's like, "Oh, who do you think you are? You're the Rock? Oh, he's just, you think you're some kind of movie star? Oh, I'm sorry, some kind of failed movie star."
Mm.
So he's shooting at the Rock. He's like, "Oh, TKO sent you to, the reason why you're not here is because TKO sent you to Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, because they sent your beltless ass to Jimmy Fallon because you're boring and this and that." So yeah, he's dropping that. And then he goes, "Yeah, and you were out there eating dog food for a weird old man." So he's bringing up old receipts. And I can burn the bridges I stand on because I know how to swim. So he unloads on Roman, and then he raises his eyes toward Pat McAfee and then to Pat McAfee. He's like, why don't you ask your agent to lower ticket prices? I'm not going to let you come out here and just go ahead and talk. Some outsider who wants to come in here and just talk about this business when your agent tell your agent to lower ticket prices and you're owed a receipt and blah blah blah. So he's shooting. He calls him Pat McAfee.
Mm.
He's getting a lot of buzz and all that. So it's CM Punk hitting back, and the crowd, he gets the crowd back because after he says lower ticket prices, everybody goes, "Yeah!" So people are called, and as soon as he was done, Michael Cole was like, "It's a pipe bomb." To which I'm like, "Look, we only know what was the first thing was a pipe bomb because the massive effect it had afterward." And for people calling it the pipe bomb, I will say there is one major difference, and this isn't some hate shit. This is just facts. At the end of when he was up there, the first pipe bomb, and he's up there airing his grievances, it definitely feels more like he's upset at the create decision of his character. He's upset that John Cena's in bigger positions than him. He's upset that, he's not on the bigger shows, even though he was talking mostly about the dark matches and the house shows where
Mm.
he's put on TV and then he's mid-carding on TV, but he goes to the house shows and he's the last person that comes out for the dark matches and this and that. So talking about his status, he's breaking the fourth wall, bringing up other characters. He's talking about how this company will probably be better run when Vince McMahon is dead and he's got a doofus for a son-in-law and an idiot for a son and this and that. And his so much that his microphone gets cut off. And you can very tell yes, some of it was, yes, go out there and air your grievances, but they did not know what he was going to say. This one here feels like, "Oh, hey, you outside announcer." Well, first, after shooting at Roman Reigns, which you were supposed to do, the rest feels like, "Oh, hey, you outsider, Pat McAfee. Oh, you're upset about ticket. I'm upset. People are upset about ticket prices, and you're just an outsider. And this company is trying to divide us, and this and that." And it just feels like, okay, but on a storyline standpoint, aren't you the dude that came back on some like, "I'm not here to make friends. I want to make money, and I'm here to be the champ. I'm here to work every day." So you kind of knew what you signed up for
Yeah.
in a sense, or are you once again the dude that's I'm going to take my ball and go to another company, and then now you're unhappy because things are going a certain way. And then why all of a sudden do you care about ticket prices? Ticket prices have been high since day one, Phil. All of a sudden you care about ticket price because Pat McAfee came and said some shit.
Yeah.
So I don't really consider it a pipe bomb. People are on this whole thing of like, he's speaking for us again. Like, it's more story than you think. And what I also do is I want to applaud Triple H. In the last week, he's figured out a way so that when things start to not make sense or go dumb, he can go, well, that's TKO. That's not me.
Yep.
That's not me. That's TKO. See, I, I'm trying to write a certain story and do this and that, but they are saying blah blah blah, and it's like, nah, bro. For the people that have been paying attention, for the people that super care, the booking has been bad and things have been weird, and you want to be the face when things are going good, and now you've created a way to point somewhere else when things are going bad. So I applaud Triple H. You found a scapegoat.
Businessman extraordinaire.
So that was the promo.
There it is.
Punk came out, and I don't consider it a pipe bomb
No.
because in 10 more years, I don't think we'll be talking about that. We will always talk about CM Punk's original pipe bomb.
Yep.
And for
Sitting there with a Stone Cold shirt on and
yeah,
just going
yeah.
nuts.
And for anything else, he went out there, sat cross-legged while a hurt John Cena was in the ring and talked shit to Cena while he was there and to everybody else and sat there cross-legged the whole time. This one was absolutely much more of a production going from, oh, I'm sitting down, now I can get up. No, let me stand in front of WrestleMania and talk my shit to, oh, let me be directly behind and close to the fans when I'm like, lower ticket prices. So
Yeah.
Phil knows what he was doing, and it was definitely much more of a show than a pipe bomb.
I'm
So
just waiting for next year for them to just set up a steady cam and that angle where you can see the WrestleMania sign and somebody in the ring. Because I mean, it's just it's gonna happen because there's basically just a camera guy at this point just doing it anyway. So we're like, we don't need that. We'll just put it on a stick and just have it
yep,
that point there the whole time. We get it. WrestleMania's coming. Stop pointing at
yep,
him.
exactly. So
Anyway,
Punk gets the crowd back. The crowd's all juiced. This brings us to we show a little clip of LA Knight attacked IShow Speed in his home during his live stream and threw him into his camera. And IShow, he's so it was a good sell. But LA Knight walks in and he's like, "What are you doing in my house?" I'm just
yeah,
like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, it's
So
shit.
IShow Speed, he's there in Houston. He's looking for Danhausen because he needs the curse lifted. Pierce is asking Speed, hey, why are you here? He's not here. And he's like, well, and then the Vision comes up and he's like, hey, man, don't worry about anything. You're with us, man, and don't worry about it. So, IShow Speed's just like, no, I'm not. I'm not with you all. And Vision's like, well, your best bet is probably just stick with us. So they tell Pierce, like, he's with us. So there you go. Which brings us to our first match. It is L.A. Knight
Yeah,
against Austin Theory. IShow Speed and Logan Paul are with Theory when they come out. They come back from the commercial break because there's a commercial. They have a pretty good exchange. I want to remind everyone that Austin Theory is very good. As soon as they find a gimmick that really works and that that it's believable, he will get to that next level. But it's not his wrestling that's holding him back. He's very good in the ring.
no, they
It's
don't know
his
what to do with them.
yeah, and he doesn't. They don't know what to do with him, and he has not come to them with, I think, an idea. So
Yeah.
him
He's
being,
just angry right now
yes, he's mad because I don't know, because
because
Vision.
he's the champion. And I guess I don't
So
know.
at one point, Logan Paul pushes IShow Speed into LA Knight, making LA Knight believe that IShow attacked him. So he's kind of tracking down Speed. Speed's trying to back up to the as if he's going back to Gorilla. Usos. The Usos, after debuting new music last week, are back to Jey Uso's music because the internet.
I like the new music. I thought it was
I
cool.
also like the new music, but the internet. People can't yeet to the new music, Billiam, so they need the old music.
Yeah, whatever.
Which I also say they have a version of them. It's just day one
Yeah,
with the yeet
they do.
thing. They still just use it's just me, Us. Day one, main event, Jey Uso's in your city, even, and here's my brother. So yeah, they come out. Speed runs away. Knight chases him. Theory takes advantage. So your winner is Action Austin Theory. He pulls the tight, so he gets the win. Speed is left alone. The Usos go to get him, but Logan Paul drags him out. LA Knight gets on the mic and says, "Oh, Adam Pierce, come out and make this official. This has to happen." And because Adam Pierce apparently is a fan of booking things on the fly and they hadn't thought about it, they go, it's official, six-man tag match at WrestleMania. So it will be division with ISO Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
We see Pat McAfee recap. We recapped it, so you know. Uh, I forget what's happening as they're showing something, but in the back we see Kofi Kingston and Grayson Waller fighting because they're still at odds.
Mm.
Which brings us to our next scheduled match. It's JD McDonough versus Finn Balor, but Dirty Dom comes out and attacks Finn during his entrance, and Finn tries to fight back, but he's overpowered, and there is no match. Finn just gets beat up by Dom because they have a match. So there you go.
Great. Can't wait.
Then we go to AJ Lee's being interviewed by Michael Cole. No, she's not, because Becky Lynch tells Michael Cole to take a hike, and Becky Lynch is like, no, I'm going to talk to you.
Great.
And Becky comes in and gives AJ a history lesson about her and talking about the last WrestleMania and when's the last time you've been around. And you were mad because you saw your replacement and you're not going to have home. She says you're not going to have home field advantage this time like you did in Elimination Chamber. But AJ Lee is not from Chicago, so I don't understand why we keep saying that. I don't understand. She's from New Jersey. AJ says she's proud of Becky, but AJ also gives her receipts, and you're here because of me, and I have the glass ceiling, I broke it, and this and that. And why don't you go out when you go home and ask your daughter who her favorite wrestler is? She's going to say AJ Lee. So, and then Becky is mad. So they're fighting at WrestleMania, everybody. Brings us to our next match. It is Bayley versus Last Legend. Lyra is in Bayley's corner. Nia is in Lash's corner, and you know it's the same trend that's been happening for the last 2-3 weeks. The Bellas are not there because they're both nursing an ankle injury. Char Alexa come out and everybody tries to pull some hero tactics. Lyra actually pulls a little bit of a heel tactic, and Bayley ends up getting the win. So
Right.
yeah, so your winner is Bayley. Then we get Seth freaking Rollins. Apparently, we're done with masked men because he just comes out kind of looking
Good.
like John Wick or something.
Good.
He gets his flowers with the chance. He's asking, "I'm fighting Gunther at WrestleMania." He literally goes, "How did we get here? He and I don't have a history."
Yeah. We have that same question, Seth.
But I have two goals. It's getting the title and killing the Vision. Says, and then you hear some Oba chants, and even Seth goes, "Oh yeah, well, Oba's the future." So he gives Oba his flowers. Rollins gives a message, wants to give a message to Gunther, tell Gunther to come on out. Of course, Gunther does comes out behind him. Chaos ensues. They try to separate him. Gunther ends up hitting Seth with a cheap shot. So there's heat. After the heat, Gunther's going backstage. He's met with Paul Heyman. Heyman tells Gunther he owes him a thank you for what he's doing. They shake hands, and Gunther's like, "You're going to owe me more than a thank you." Foreshadowing, everybody. Foreshadowing.
Next Paul Heyman guy?
Maybe. Stephanie Vaquero cuts a promo. It's pretty good. There's a line she says where you come from, you say it's on site. Where I come from, you won't see it coming. That was a pretty dope line. Brings us to our next match. It is a 6-man tag match. It is Penta, Javon Evans, and Dragon Lee versus Los Americanos. That's Rayo Bravo and El Grande Americano. You see Kofi watching backstage, still interested in Javon Evans. There's high-flying action. It's a great match. Your winners are the good guys. That's Penta, Javon, and Dragon Lee. But the big news, Rey Mysterio comes out, and he's basically like, "Hey, last WrestleMania, I had an injury, probably in my left knee. But this time, I'm all good to go. And we're missing one more person in the ladder match." So Rey Mysterio is now a part of the now 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
Cool.
There's a quick little interview with Io and Rhea backstage. That's not what's important. What is important is behind them. You see, once again, Austin Theory talking to Maxine Dupree. So, are we going to that's the second time we've seen a member of the Vision talking to Maxine Dupree. So, there'll be some recruiting going on. This brings us to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus B-Fab. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, versus B-Fab Michin. Wait a minute. Yes. Sorry. Corey Graves says that, there's a couple of baddies wrestling in the ring, which is pretty funny to hear. Your winners are Io and Rhea. There's a heel beat down after Rhea attacks. They make Jade makes Rhea watch as she attacks Io with a kendo stick, uh,
Oh,
having her point being made. B-Fab and Michin are holding down Rhea, and she's beating her down, and it was a whole sad thing. Uh, yeah. Asuka cuts a promo on Io and basically says, "Look, I loved you, so I tried to protect you, but maybe I loved you too much, and maybe that's why all this crazy stuff is happening. But at a certain point, I'm gonna want a match, and we don't know if that'll be at WrestleMania. We'll
hope so.
see. So technically, that Rhea and Io Sky was our main event match. But let's get to the main event of the evening." We have ourselves a little contract signing. Oh, real quick before the contract signing. Really, the main event, the little partial main event of the evening was the meeting of the minds between Liv and Roxy, because Stephanie attacks her from
You can
behind,
hear it, man.
and it's just a nice solid thud, boom, and you see the big knots on their
Liv
head.
has a legal forehead, a legal horn on her head.
And so our main event is the big contract signing. I'm going to save the best real clip for last because I know you're super happy. Uh, it's supposed to be a contract signing. Triple H comes out for the contract signing. Paul Heyman comes out. Brock comes out. They already show the credits. We've already gone over time. Oba comes out. And it's just a big brawl. Chaos ensues. There's a lot of chaos. Furniture is literally moving because they're throwing chairs at each other. It's going this and that. There is no contract signing.
Yeah.
That's it. But real quickly before we sign off, there is some news. Finn Balor cuts a promo, yes, even after being beat up, and he basically goes, I have to, in order to beat you, I have to become a different person. I have to do something else." And then you see the demon eyes get a little darker.
Boom, 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 boom.
And if that wasn't enough, they've already put him in the little match little cards now. So now you can see it's just the demon Finn Balor. It's Omni Mysterio. It would have been great if they kind of kept it a little bit more of a mystery. Would have been a nice little surprise. But hey, they're trying to sell some tickets.
Yeah.
So the demon is coming back at WrestleMania.
Great.
Hey, Billiam, you want to let them know how they can help us out real quick?
I do. First of all, haters, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and tell your friends that your favorite wrestling podcast will soon be their favorite wrestling podcast. Comment down below what match are you looking forward to at WrestleMania. There's a ton. There's 2 days worth. Let us know what you're thinking. Also, you can find us on Instagram, Section 8 Wrestling Pod. And if you want to hear us, we have been updated our Spotify and Apple Music.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. Haters, thank you for stopping on by. I have things to do. He has things to do. Y'all have things to do. We're going to be dropping some interesting stuff before WrestleMania, so check us out. It's almost that time, everybody.
Stay tuned.
It's getting interesting. It's
That's
going
for
to
sure.
be interesting WrestleMania. For the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast, keep on smiling, keep on thinking about that great wrestling stuff. I am Kills at Wills.
I'm Billiam.
Hey, y'all. We're going to see y'all on the next one.
Hi, everybody.